Hi, I'm Mike Brown. I've been training strength athletes for close to half a century. And one of the things that people don't train much these days is their grip. And the ones who do, they use equipment that is improperly designed. For example, this is a hand squeeze gripper. Now watch what happens here. When you squeeze this, notice that half your grip, the thumb, is not engaged. The other problem is, and this is better than most of them, is that the fingers are not following the natural curve. This is an improvement over the standard ones that have been around for close to a century, but it still lacks a lot. And again, half of what you're missing is your thumb. And look at the muscles here in the pad of the thumb. That's a lot of muscle there to ignore. And that's what happens with these hand squeezers. Now the next thing I'm going to show you is the way the old-timers trained, and we'll go to that next. Hi, I'm Mike Brown, and I've been training strength athletes for close to half a century. And one of the things the old-timers trained that people today do not is their grip, or at least they don't train it properly. You see them do all sorts of Girl Scout exercises, like hand squeezers they buy at a sporting goods store, wrist curls and things like that, which will do nothing to develop your grip. It might develop your forearms to some extent, but it'll be all show and no go. Now the old-timers, one of the things they used to train with was called a nail keg. In other words, it was a wooden barrel, and they would grip it by the chines, and if you'll notice the way you grip a nail keg, that you're actually engaging the thumbs and all four fingers, but you're engaging them the way the muscles were designed. And the old-timers would take these nail kegs, they'd fill them full of nails, and then they would lift them overhead. Now the problem is, nail kegs are a little hard to get these days, so what I did was I designed the part of the nail keg that you need to where you could put dumbbell plates in it, or on it, and then you could train exactly the way the old-timers did. Now watch how this works, because this was one of the favorite lifts the old-timers had, was lifting the nail keg overhead using their grip. Watch this. See where my grip is? It's now overhead. Now it comes down and back down. And you can't lift a whole lot of weight like this. Because what you're going to find in a very short period of time is that when you're doing exercises, when you're using your grip, you can't handle much weight. That includes me. Anyway, what this does is it allows you to train the way the old-timers trained, lifting nail kegs overhead, but without the nail keg. And you'll see it's a lot easier to load because you can actually put barbell plates on it. This is simply a dumbbell handle, and the dumbbell handle itself allows you to put the plates on the inside, and then you can put the collars on the outside. And of course, you can add weight, change weight, subtract weight, all that sort of thing. And let me disassemble this so you can see exactly how it goes. Notice, and there you have it. What you have is a way to train your grip the way the old-timers did, without all these Girl Scout exercises that people today are so fond of using. Now let me show you how to assemble this. You put the plate here. You might want to start with less than what I have on there. This goes on here. Collar fits on. Other side goes here. And if you have plates inside here and the collars are on, you are in business. It's time to start developing your grip the way George F. Jowett did. In fact, I picked up this particular technique from George F. Jowett, who in the 1920s stood 5'5", weighed 200 pounds, and he could take a 160-pound anvil by the horn with one hand and lift it overhead. And this is the way he trained.